and connect with their people by making big business technology accessible and affordable for small business. Today is Monday, and on Monday we talk about brand and being branded. And today specifically, we're going to talk about the components of a brand. So much to your surprise, or maybe not to your surprise, the brand is actually comprised of more than just your logo. That's right. There's more than just a logo that makes up your the visual representation of your brand. So we'll just real quickly go through these, and you can um, see if these resonate with you, or maybe have a different eye when you're looking at different logos and websites and things of that nature, to get a feel for what really is a visual representation of a brand. So I'm going to share with you 5 components of your brand. So of course, the first most obvious one is your logo. The logo is kind of the culmination of what's comprised of the other pieces, and it is what your competition sees, what your clients see, what your leads see, that helps them to connect with you and your vision and what you do and how you help them solve the problems they need to solve. The second component is your color palette. So the color palette is something that we probably just take for granted, because the color palette is really the colors that make up your brand. But where this comes into play, though, is that once you have a logo, if you have other marketing materials or other components that you would like to have for your brand, it's important that they match on the color. So uh, green is not just green. Green has a number assigned to it. And depending on whether you're doing something for print versus digital, that number could vary and change. So your color palette is what makes up the colors of your brand. And they will be present on everything that you do, whether it's, maybe there's some letterhead or your website. All of your artifacts or assets, digital assets, should reflect your color palette. The third component of your brand is the typography. And that is actually the style of writing or text that accompanies your brand, and the style and writing of text not only in your logo but also on your documentation as well. So for example, you may use a particular, say you use Montserrat, you may use a particular font in your logo, but you could possibly choose a different font for everything else. But all of your business assets, whether it's a letter or an email or a media kit, everything that you do is going to be represented by that same typography, which is the style of the letters that represent your company when you're doing anything, when you're preparing anything. So the reason this is important is because it gives a consistent look and feel. And believe it or not, different fonts and different typefaces convey different different emotions, or can elicit different feelings, right? So for example, Playfair is something that's a very playful font versus Times Roman is very serious. So depending on what the mood and tone of your business is that you want to convey in your brand, you may choose a more playful font, you may choose a formal font, you may decide on something somewhere in between. But the point is that your typography is part of your brand and should be represented consistently on everything that you do. The other thing is the graphics that represent your plan. So wait, but let me back up. So the imagery, let's do imagery first and then we'll do graphics. So the imagery is about the photographs and illustrations that convey what you want to be conveyed about your brand. So for example, if you are a personal fitness, say you have a gym or some other wellness related business, depending on who your target audience is, you may have different imagery that you use throughout your website and in different places to represent your target audience and to connect with them. So, for example, if you are, say, you specialize in senior fitness, then your imagery may be a series of photos of older people engaged in some physical activity. Versus if your business focuses on athletes, then you would have more imagery that would have more athletic, younger people with more athleticism, or older people with athleticism. But the point is that your imagery would reflect your brand and would appeal to your target audience. And then finally, your graphics are any other items that like graphs or other images that you connect with your brand. And so I think it's important to have, how should I say this? So, in my experience, my brand just kind of evolved. I didn't sit down and say, okay, here's the brand, here's what I want to convey, here's my target audience. I didn't do it that way initially. So, what happens when you don't sit down and just kind of look at your total picture is you wind up with kind of an inconsistent representation of your brand that you have to tweak over time. But if you can take the time to actually sit down and identify, first of all and foremost, your target audience, but then what you want that representation to look like, there with your graphic designer, whoever does that for you, or even if you want to take a stab at it yourself, there are tools that like Canva that are available for you to use. But it's better to do all that at once, because when you prepare all of your visual assets at one time, then when you go out into, say, social media or other avenues, you already have everything set and you can just have a consistent representation visually. You can have a consistent representation in terms of how everything looks related to your business. So leads and people who are looking, or when they're comparing you with your competition, they can see a difference. And the difference they'll see with you is your professionalism, because everything is consistent. So that's what I want to share with you today, is the 5 components of your visual brand identity. There's other things that can be included: a tagline, a logo, a tagline, what was the other thing I say? A tagline, a mascot. You may have a mascot that represents your brand. It's any of those components that convey the target audience's connection with you, that you can use to make a personal connection. That's what will be included and what would drive how you prepare those assets. So again, your logo, of course, your color palette, your topography, your graphics, and your imagery, okay, are the components of your brand, not just a logo. So I hope that was helpful for you. If it was helpful, then definitely share the video. I love it when you share my videos, and I'm so excited. I have a entrepreneur focused deep dive YouTube channel coming out pretty soon here that will be able to take all of these little topics that I cover in the short time that I'm with you here live streaming, and really dig deep so you can understand more about them and help to grow your business. So with that, I'm going to tune out for the day. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you next time on Jules Gems. Bye for now. Bye. Oh, what is my hair looking like? Oh, wow. Why did that? Whatever. Whatever. Okay, that's crazy. What is it? Oh, gosh. I should have done like this. All right, so let's download. Where's download at? Oh God, did it even go? Oh, I'm still live. I'm still live. Why would it end the stream? Well, right now I'm having a technical issue because it won't let me end the stream. So what do I do? Just keep talking to you? Well, it's a Monday, isn't it? Just hang up. Just hang up. Don't. What is wrong with this thing? It won't hang up. It won't hang up. It won't hang Oh, wow. This has never, ever happened ever. I just logged out. I logged out to see if that would delete it, and it did not. So I guess you're going to be here and work with me today. Oh my gosh, this has never happened to me before. Wow. Okay. So what do I do? What do I do? I'm clicking in stream. Oh, wow. Let's see. Maybe if I go on remote on my cell phone. So how was your weekend? Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. I never had this happen before. Um, well, let's see. Okay. If I go to, do I need to go to Safari? Okay, let's see. Okay, this is so crazy. Well, let's see. This is so crazy. Well, that's not what we want. Okay, here's Safari. I'm going to try and go to Restream. Wow. Well, I'm glad nobody's watching. End stream. I can't believe this thing is not ending. Stop. Oh, all right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, this is definitely going to be deleted. Let's see. Okay. Let's go. Log in. Okay. I see I'm live now. Okay. So can I end the stream from here? Let's see. Crazy. Okay, Enter Studio. Okay, I'm in the stream.